All the teams come to a Grand Prix with armfuls of bits to try and improve the performance of the car. Some of these bits work, some of them don't, but it's the expectations of these parts. And Caterham, they've come with their package for Silverstone. That's the 2012 car that they used in Valencia. This here, the same car, updated aerodynamically to just try and improve the performance.
We've got a new engine cover, which helps the flow to the back of the car. The transition of the side pod into the exhaust area is completely new. We have a central exit here. We've been quite careful on details of getting a very thin trailing edge. More work on the diffuser, some new underneath details, some new trim details. We have the new front wing here with some, I would say, enhancements on it as well. And we also have some new bodywork around the front of the side pods, and also some nice little details on the car that we tidied up, which all add up to quite a nice step for us.
And what do you think you'll get out around Silverstone?
I'd be looking for more than half a second around Silverstone. It's going to be very difficult for us to analyse all of that with the weather forecast being as changeable as it is. We'll probably start running new package on one car and old package on the other car, and then hopefully do some data analysis and pick good things out of that and go forward into the next session, providing we can not swim at that point.
Okay, let's fire up and let's go. Okay, yes, definitely conditions are worse. When you use the scale, it's definitely give an advantage, so let's try to keep using it.
What was nice about this morning was we did a lot of comparison work, some evaluation of the new pieces, and I'm happy to say we're transferring all of those over to Vitali's car because we were more than satisfied with the results we saw.
Rain is easy enough now. It shouldn't be too long before we go.
It's looking better.
Yeah, keep an eye on us this weekend. We're going forward.
Yeah, yes, we're big upgrade this week.
Yeah. Lots and lots of upgrades. Front wing, turning vanes, bodywork, exhaust system, front brake ducts, rear brake ducts.
Okay, let's go.
We will do, I think, a couple of runs.
Pretty lethal places, so better be careful.
Red flag, Heikki. Box in this lap.
That seems like a positive step.
Okay, Heikki. Well, I think that's useful information. We wanted really to have a look at this comparison. Anyway, thanks. Good session.
Heikki ended up 7th quickest in that second session, so you must be really pleased with that, because that's a major step.
Yeah,
I mean, it has to be real on the drive, but in the wet, that's good.
Clearly, conditions are changeable, and it was wet, but 7th position is, I think, an indication that we're going the right direction.
Maybe the change was not good. Some snap over there in the middle of some corners. I think the mechanical change, not sure.
First run on the drive, what did the drivers think?
To be honest, a very green track to start with, and just chasing dry setup, not having run the package in the dry before. So improved during the session, but still more work to do. To be honest, the back of the car's working really well. We just need to get the front dialed in to compensate.
Well, good luck for qualifying, and I hope you have a good weekend.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Well, we do hope they have a good weekend because, of course, this is their home Grand Prix. This is the race that they've said we are now going to be competitive. And you only have to look at the intricacy of this front wing. Look at the amount of work that's gone into that. I just spoke to a member of the team. They said 4 or 5 weeks' work on this. How do you feel, Eddie, when you take a look at something like this and remind you how far the sport's moved on?
I'm a bit old-fashioned. That should be all banned. It's confusing to the team, it's confusing to the punters, and it's confusing fans, me, everybody. This is really not Formula One, in my opinion. But maybe everyone else has their own view.
Do you not think it looks beautiful, though?
No, it's a mess.
Everything
it
here
does look beautiful because the parts
and
are magnificently made. But to actually expect a team to spend, you cannot imagine the amount of hours that's been spent in the wind tunnel, even making the models in the and then setting it up, designing it, drawing it. It is, for me, unnecessary. It's not required. What we need is the racing. This is confusion.
There you go. I think it looks lovely. Eddie disagrees, but that's why we're here. That's absolutely fine. Well, the message from Caterham is clear. It's not just we're going to be fast this weekend, it's also one thing you have to say about Lewis Hamilton at the moment. He's driving with a smile on his face, and that's not always been the case.
He's got confidence. He believes. He's turned the tables on Jensen, perhaps. He's got the team behind him. Yes, they've had some little problems, finger problems that cost him dearly, but he does believe he has a car now capable of pulling off a world championship.
OK, and the reason why we're walking into here is that Caterham now believe they have a car capable of getting them into the second part of qualifying, and this has been much vaunted. They've spoken about it a lot. They've been honest and said that they think this weekend they're going to find half a second's improvement, and that is a huge amount in Formula One. Eddie, you remember the days when you were bringing a huge amount of upgrades and you were hoping that the rest of the paddock were going to be blown away. How exciting is it?
Oh, it's hugely exciting. It's not just the team, it's the mechanics, it's the engineers, it's the driver. It flows all the way through. It even sponsors, because they're able to be upbeat about things. And you know, you can't ever replace that. You need updates to make sure that the motivation within the team is successful.
And as you can see, there's plenty of attention as well. The photographers are all in here, and these are two familiar faces to you, Eddie.
Indeed. My God, this is like old times. Same Mark Smith, that obviously was part of the original Jordan car, and he's technical director now at Caterham.
And John Eiley as well, who you also work with
Absolutely.
at Jordan.
They've obviously got themselves together. That's a bit of a surprise. Mark, these new updates, can you realistically see yourself getting into the second qualifying?
I think I don't really want to comment specifically about one event, Eddie. We're making progress. The updates that we've got here are relatively significant, but you've seen the weather in terms of optimising the car around that. We'll have to see what happens in the next hour or so.
John, give us an idea of the atmosphere among the team this weekend.
I think we had a really nice step last time out in Valencia. A lot of smiles around the garage getting Heikki into Q2. And I think there's a lot of potential in the car, as Mark says. It's just whether we get the right weather or right window today. OK, well,
just to remind you, there are plenty of ways that you can enjoy the qualifying action today and see exactly how Caterham get on. We'll discuss the team more in just a moment, but first, here's a quick reminder of all the ways that you can enjoy the action. And that includes the driver tracker. You can ride on board with various cars and see whether they're about to be released into traffic or into clean air. You can go online, you can press the red button, you can ride on board with your chosen driver, and as you can see, there's been some dramatic action on board so far this weekend. The pit lane feed just gives you team radio and you just have action of the pit lane the entire time. That's fascinating, and it's all new. It's an upgrade. You can now enjoy all the action on your mobile phone as well, or on your tablets, and the new BBC Player is also fantastic. On the website, you can also keep up to date with the latest news, and this is what the BBC Player gives you. Interactive options, you can rewind, you can choose chapters. It's a fantastic new way to enjoy all the action, and we are hoping, gentlemen, very best of luck that Caterham can do the business here today. I know that you've worked so hard. I've been chatting to a few of your guys in here. They're all very excited. And of course, we don't want to mention it too much, but it would teach Eddie a thing or two, because Eddie's described this team as the biggest disappointment in Formula One this season. We'll see how they get on, but the drivers are climbing into the cars all around us. It is time for the first part of qualifying. Just to remind you, the slowest 7 go out. Let's see how it unfolds with David and Ben.